baby. And we're in Vegas. How ironic. Place your bets, put it all on black, ride high with red. Which way do you choose? Who will overcome the circumstances at against all odds? And also seize the opportunity to cash in on their future as maybe a champion. As ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, me and Jerry Slider are bringing you a double feature where we not only talk about against all odds, but we'll also be talking about this. We'll be taking a short intermission, though, so stay tuned. But I digress. So hello, everybody, and welcome once again to another hybrid edition of the Simple Impactful Duo that will also coincide with the No DQ Galaxy panel. You know what this is. You've been here before, for I am the Simple Man, and my name is Noah Foster. With me, as always, he is the new normal. He is Jerry Odds, Jerry Slaughter, Jerry Slim Adversity, Jerry Impact, Jerry Money, Jerry insert last name here. He is one of my great friends, one of the most creative minds in the game. Just simply the new normal right now, Jerry Slaughter. Jerry, good to see you. 2 shows, back-to-back nights, and against all odds, 2 after Slammiversary. What the heck is the industry thinking?
Thanks a lot for the awesome introduction. Hello, galaxy of whoever's out there watching.
Yes. Far and beyond.
it's one of those weird situations where this next against all odds show seems like it's too close to Slammiversary to the point where I can't really get too invested into it, which is weird because I'm still more invested in this show than I am in Money in the Bank. So before the show, we were just talking about it. I'm like, I haven't even done predictions for Money in the Bank, and Noah just dropped the idea to go ahead and do them both at the same time. It's like, sure, then we can make this about a half hour.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll take a break, go eat soup or catch a drink. And that way we could get people, a chance to breathe and be like, oh, I wonder how accurate they are if they're actually right.
I have a whole bunch of soy sauce ramen. But at the same time, at this point, I can't really get into the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And against all odds, just 2 weeks after Slammiversary, just seems like enough time to build anything. But at the same time, predictions-wise, I've been kind of suffering. Because of my brilliant mind, I see things that I see things that should be happening versus the things that can be happening. So I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm probably just gonna go with the most logical of of predictions this time around. It's gonna be kind of boring, but I need points.
You know what? That's a fair analysis. And shout out to fellow No DQ Galaxy horseman Jeffrey Chadwick, who will be joining the forum later on during Money in the Bank. By the way, Jerry, botch premium live event. Jeffrey here says, first time watching Impact Live on cable last night since I was on Pop. I can get used to it. Excellent show leading into Against All Odds. And I definitely agree considering the classic that closed last night with Chris Sabin, and Frankie Kazarian. But with that being said, folks, before we get into the festivities, allow me to bring forward to you the current leaderboard too. As Caro came out on top at Slammiversary and will be defending the gold tonight at Against All Odds. Yes, folks, the forum is live. Description is in the link is in the description down below. So come and join the league if you're not already a part of it. Come join the fun. Come join in the Impact Predictions League. Come join the WWE Predictions League. I'll hype that up after this too. With that being said, Jerry, let's get right into it. We're mere hours away from this show too. So, folks, yes, we are here to talk about Against All Odds, the next Impact Wrestling special on Impact Plus, exclusively on YouTube for Ultimate Insiders. And it will be live tonight, 8 p.m. Standard Time, emanating from Center Stage, Atlanta, Georgia, which has a fair share of casinos and gambling problems in its own right. But I digress. We'll go ahead and kick things off with what I think is going to be on the countdown. And shout out to those that are in so far, including but not limited to Miss Holiday, Rebecca, the current champion, Kyle, Cindy G. After all, she is just Cindy. Shout out to you, my friend. Shane Wells, Benji, Brandon R., Dwayne Atkinson, and so many others, including Charlene Claudio, who was one of the top winners of my Forbidden Door. And thank you again to all 120 plus of you that participated in that. I hope you enjoyed that preview as much as I did too. All right, Jerry, let's get right into it. Oh, the technical madness and the RGB beating that we're going to see here as the Digital Media Championship will be on the line as Rich Swann defends the gold after the events that happened last night on BTI against the most professional wrestler there is, Brian Myers, in a dot combat match. And folks, that is not a URL. Do not type it in your web browser. It is a match that basically is no DQ that involves destruction to things, including not limited to cell phones, blueberries, keyboards, and computer mice too. maybe someone will bring an Agent tablet. I don't know. Rich
Blueberries?
Swann just won the title, of course, successfully defending it now at Slammiversary in the countdown as well. Go figure. Against Brian Myers, I see more of the same. I don't see Rich Swann losing this title.
Not on this show, no. But it's still too soon for that.
Yeah.
Like Rich Swann's gonna retain it. It'll be an entertaining match with a whole bunch of blueberries and cranberries and red berries and whatever chuck berries, whatever kind of berry you can throw into a match. But like Rich Swann will end up coming out on top on it.
I'm surprised you didn't say Nigel or Eliza Thornberry.
Well,
Marion.
Here's the thing: if it was Matt Cardona in this match instead of like Brian Myers, I'd say Matt Cardona was going to win, which is kind of a pretty shitty thing to say about Brian Myers, but at the same time, we just hold Matt Cardona at a higher standard at this point than Brian Myers,
do.
And I could actually see him actually winning that kind of match, but Brian Myers, not so much.
Yeah, and I feel that's pretty much a no-brainer. So this should be fun to say the least, but Cardona, I feel he's always ready. Brian Myers will not be. And Cardona, get well soon. I know that you recently were on the NWA. I'm sure he's going to try and go after the 10 pounds of gold again, too, as Paul Meade says he'll get his picks in later. Paul, you literally got 2 hours right now from this time. TikTok. And Jeff said, schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Damn it, Jeff! All right, we're taking too long talking about berries. We should talk about professional wrestling. Here's a definition that will definitely encourage that. As the X Division Championship is on the line against my hometown boy and previous X Division champion, Trey Miguel, who, might I ask, the only guy in Impact Wrestling to pin Speedball Mike Bailey and give his first pinfall loss in Impact Wrestling, taking on the champ himself that won at Slammiversary Ultimate X, Speedball Mike Bailey. Again, with the X Division, it's always so unpredictable when it comes to the capabilities and the champions. Can I honestly see Speedball Mike Bailey going 0D here? Somewhat, yes, considering how driven Trey Miguel is, but Speedball Mike Bailey will be looking for that loss back. He wants to get that win back too. And right now, I feel like Speedball, he is unproven in Impact Wrestling as champion. This is his first test. I feel like he will overcome it too. Jerry, your thoughts?
The only way Trey Miguel will win this match is against all odds. See, that's the name of the show right there.
You go, folks.
Yeah, but it's too soon for Mike Bailey to be losing the belt, especially since he just won it. I don't know, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion where like we've had a couple transitional champions here and there, but at the same time, Mike Bailey is a different breed. He's something special, and I think they're gonna have him at like not really redefine the X Division, but kind of reinvigorate it to a point where it was like back when I was a huge TNA/Impact fan, where it was like everything was a lot more fast paced and just as technical. But yeah, I can see this actually being Mike Bailey's biggest test so far since he's been in Impact. So we're gonna go ahead and go with Speedball Mike Bailey retaining.
Yeah, and the majority of the Notikyu Galaxy here, or the Impact faithful, I'm just going to call them Impact faithful because I know there's people outside Notikyu Galaxy that are Impact fans too. 100% are with the champ, and it looks like 83% pick Rich Swann to retain, but there is a couple that believe that Brian Myers is indeed the most professional. So we'll see what happens. Fair enough. All right, moving on from there, let's go into the most prolific, still in my opinion, women's division in the entire industry as far as the states go. As the Knockouts are in tag team action, 1 of 3 matches, by the way, here for the Knockouts, respect women's professional wrestling. As La Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo tags with the hot mess, Chelsea Green to take on, for the first time ever, tag teaming, Hardcore Country Mickie James and Mia Yim. And we've seen how Mia Yim and Jordan Grace worked well together before Slammiversary and how that happened. So again, how well can Mia Yim and Mickie James come together against common enemies? Of course, this all stemming after Mia Yim gave the fall from heaven for Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green that took him out, cleaned them out in the first place. And we all know the history with Mickie James and those two, VXT. But right now, I'm looking at future Knockout Tag Team Champions, and I feel VXT is going to get the win. Jerry, your thoughts?
I think we're gonna get a lot of fan service here, and I think Mickie James and Mia Yim are gonna win. And I see Chelsea Green taking the loss, and that's going to be complete BS.
Chelsea.
Yeah, it's horrible. It really is, because she's got infinite potential, and she's been great back in the day. But ever since like her time in WWE, like it just seems like she can't really catch a break at all. or she does catch breaks, and that really, really does suck.
Right.
But I think at this point, like, they're going to really be pushing for Mia Yim to get as many wins as she can, whether it be like tag division or just singles. And Mickey James, she's a bit of a legend, if you haven't noticed. So, like, and Deonna Purrazzo, she's not going to get pinned in this. She's not going to submit. They're going to win.
Like I said, Deonna Purrazzo getting pinned or submitted, that's a rarity in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, then that's what I'm saying. I think she'll let Chelsea Green take the fall.
Well, I mean, I guess that fallout leads to Hot Mess versus the definition of technical excellence. That could be a cool feud.
Yes.
I like that idea because I do wonder what is next for Deonna Purrazzo since she currently is away from the Knockouts Championship too. So again, this is one of those that I could see going either way, especially if again they take advantage of Mickey James being crazy bitch. She's a hothead. Just saying.
and this could easily transition into like a number one contenders match between Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green to go after the Knockouts belt.
So. Or if they win here, like I'm thinking they could go after the Knockouts Tag Team Championship, which is an accolade that Deonna Purrazzo and Chelsea Green, neither, of course, have done yet. I guess, honestly, at this point, Jerry, based on your thinking, you're asking if they could coexist.
Yes.
Dadgummit. All right, well, I respect the opinion. I like the fact so far we're split with one match. Let's keep going.
Well, I was about to say that's the cool thing about this match, and it could very well steal the night. It really could. So I'm
down in this match, and apparently Mia Yim will be showcasing a new theme. So I'm curious what her entrance will be. But cool. Okay, we'll wait and see. Jerry, I just got 3 words for you. What the fuck?
Oh boy. And Raven's going to be there too, correct?
Yes. What the fuck? For those that don't know, this literally came off Sami Callihan being attacked post-Slammiversary by Moose, literally after beating Moose in a Monsters Ball match. And Gail Kim told Sami Callihan, what more can you do besides Monsters Ball? And then Sami brings this form of fun back after over a decade. Jerry, what the fuck?
I don't even know. But
it's pretty much split down the middle almost. 57% believe in Sami, 42% believes in Moose. And by the way, as far as the Knockouts tag match goes, it's almost 50-50 as well for that. 42% believes Mickey and Yim. So you're in the minority. Deonna and Chelsea, 57. So this match, is there really an end game to Moose and Sami Callihan besides somebody leaving Impact Wrestling at this point?
No.
Exactly. I'm just going to say Sami Callihan wins because he proposed it. I don't know what to do.
No, like the wild card here is actually, I think, going to be Raven. I think him being there is going to be like, something a little different. And if he sees Sami Callihan being like the new incarnation of him, which is very, very possible because like Sami Callihan is ridiculously great on the mic, super charismatic, and at one point was the champion for the company. So I can actually see him in the long run possibly interfering and giving the even flow DDT to Moose to one of the biggest pops of the night, and then Sami Callihan picking up the win. And maybe after that, Moose disappears for a little while. Who knows? And then Callihan has like Raven around, almost like a mentor type thing. Eventually, until Callihan loses his mind and turns on Raven, or Raven turns on Callihan. One of the two is going to happen.
Are you trying to set up Raven versus Sami Callihan and who knows what?
Yeah, pretty much.
Boy, you sick.
Yeah, I think that'd be a great way for Raven to kind of close out his career, because I know he's got a lot of injuries, and I know if anything,
that's fair. That's fair.
It'd be fun for him to actually be on commentary somewhere, because if you remember him on commentary, he's a brilliant wrestling mind. He really is. The dude is a genius. So I think it'd be great to actually have him on commentary on at least some wrestling program somewhere down the line. So, this would be a great segue for him to, pass the torch more or less to Sami Callihan and then move to his side.
Kind of like how Tommy Dreamer passed the torch off to freaking Eddie Edwards at a previous Slammiversary. So I can see that.
Yeah, it just kind of makes sense. Impact is all about passing the torch or being a gateway to other places. So,
again, what I call it, the mecca of the professional wrestling industry, all comes through or goes through there. Just saying. All right, so yeah, at this point, we're both thinking Sammy is going to win, and maybe this will be the way that they leave Moose off screen for a little bit. Now, I don't know necessarily this is going to be fun, but this should be a spectacle, to say the least.
Like, I know it's like kind of like weird fantasy booking, but I could actually see him disappearing, but then reappearing in a relaunch of Ring of Honor.
Quoth the Raven, nevermore.
That's
There's your poem.
okay. Did you see Noah's stupendous Foster?
I did. I put it up again. Never doing that again. I went for so many dues that night. My teeth still hate me. All right. What I'm not going to hate, though, is this great tag team match as the Motor City Machine Guns take on Bullet Club. It's Friday. Chris Bay and the Inedible Ace Austin, the former X Division champion. I just have one question here. What the heck is Chris Saban's condition after that near 30-minute classic last night? I know it was taped to a degree. With Frankie Kazarian. And, of course, the Motor Machine Guns are literally the most influential tag team in Impact Wrestling TNA history, whatever the hell you want to call it. But we've seen how Chris Bay and Ace Austin, they have each other's backs as Ace Austin was able to take advantage with the help of Chris Bay to beat his former zesty friend, Alex Zane, last night on Impact Wrestling. For me right now, Chris Bay has kind of had a lot of up and down momentum. And this is just a strange alliance, it seems, but this could be a prolific tag team. A win over the Motor City Machine Guns by hook or by crook can leave more to be desired. So I'm going to say that Bullet Club gets the win here with an ace up, Bay's sleeve, courtesy of Ace Austin. Against all odds, I mean, it only makes sense to have a card play, right? So, Jerry, where do you think victory lies in this tag team affair? This could go either way, to say the least. This is interesting.
It all boils down to numbers too. Like you have to figure Ace Austin and Chris Bay are in the Bullet Club. So if there's any other Bullet Club members hanging around backstage, that automatically puts Motor City Machine Guns under a disadvantage.
True that.
Or maybe we get a swerve and one of the members of Motor City Machine Guns joined up with Bullet Club. It wouldn't shock me if Alex Shelley was what would be the one to do that.
Oh, no. We're starting to get an NWO situation where Bullet Club's getting too big for their own britches and could collapse from the inside, Jerry. That's dangerous.
Or Alex Shelley could just be in there more or less as a mulligan to pretty much destroy Bullet Club from within.
I mean, I guess.
But either way, I don't really see that happening. I see a really great tag match between them, but in the long run, I see Ace Austin and Chris Bay picking up the win.
With Ace Austin,
the Motor City Machine Guns could stand to take a loss. They've got such a storied career to them that a win for Ace Austin and Chris Bay would actually propel them up a little bit more. Not really sure what they're propelling up to at this point because I really don't see them going after the tag belts right now.
Not this soon.
But I don't see them. But I can see them as being a legit threat to the titles if they actually went after them.
Same. And right now, interesting though, and this probably just Impact faithful, 68% says Motor City Machine Guns. Ace Austin and Chris Bay at 31%. Again, you go with the actual team versus two great X Division champions together for the first time ever. I can understand where people are coming from. But again, like you said, Bay and Ace Austin, they need something. Seriously. Yeah. So that's why I feel they deserve the win, and I'm going with them. All right.
Well, it could bring across a crisis of faith for the Motor City Machine Guns if they lose the match. And then that'd be a great story for them too. So that'd be great.
Well, it's also one of those things when I think about Chris Bay and his, presentation in Impact Wrestling as part of Bullet Club. Hasn't been represented the strongest based on his match record. Just saying. Oh boy, storming. Well, folks, if the PC cuts out, you know why. Now you know. Hopefully that doesn't happen. All right. Moving on from there, let's go to another title match, as I learned last night after rewatching it. Really? This is for the titles already? Good grief. As La Guerra Loca, currently holding 4 championships, might I add. Good grief, you crazy belt collector, Ultimo Valkyrie, Taya Valkyrie, and Rosemary of Decay, the current Impact Knockout Tag Team Champions. You're hearing me right. They defend the gold against Tenille Dashwood and apparently the newest part of this influence, Giselle Shaw. And this all simply stems from Giselle Shaw getting a victory over Rosemary last night in Impact Wrestling, courtesy of the help of Madison Rayne. and who has still a broken nose apparently, and Tennille Dashwood, and apparently Rosemary summoned James Mitchell to bring Havoc on hand. So whether Havoc shows up or not, we'll see. They literally just got the titles. Tara Valkyrie is a knockout, a women's wrestler on a whole nother level. I don't see the champs losing. That's all I got to say about that.
This is such a shoehorned match. It really is.
It really is. I'm like, you didn't need the titles. This could have just been a feud thing, and I would have thought that Giselle Shaw to know Dad had a chance.
No, it's not even a matter of that. It's the fact that it probably would just be a rematch from Slammiversary if Madison Rayne hadn't got her nose broken. She's just not cleared to wrestle. So. Right. Why take the belts off them at this point? Why even have this match? Why can't you just build to something to like the next? You know.
I would have rather saw Tennille Dashwood as Taya Valkyrie 1-on-1 if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, they didn't have to have a tag match, like a tag title match. They really didn't need to. They could have just had a singles match, maybe a 4 corners match, some sort of number 1 contenders to a knockout championship match, something other than this. But now we have the most probably predictable match on the card. The champs are retaining.
If this match leads to new champions, then Impact Wrestling truly is the most unpredictable wrestling company on the planet. Majority of people believe in the Shadow and La Barra Loca, 84%, while looks like 15% went with Giselle Shaw, Dashwood. Maybe they just want it to be all about her. Maybe people like the quintessential diva. I don't know. Again, Giselle Shaw, incredible potential. This influence thing could go somewhere, but doing a title match this soon, not necessarily the booking decision I would have gone with too. Just saying. Scott D'Amore, Gail Kim, don't know what you were thinking. Sometimes I wonder. Title, just now, one day, what?
Canadians.
Oh, yeah. Happy Canada Day to the likes of Chris Jericho. Sorry. Happy Canada Day to all my friends up in the north, and everyone from the wrestling industry, including but not limited to.
And Gail and Scott.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Scott Moore at Team Canada. Of course, we also have the Bunny, Allie, Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, Christian Cage, Edge. Oh, good Lord, there's so many names.
Is this the reason why we're having the pay-per-view today? For the fact that National Canada Day?
Petey Williams. Yeah, I guess so. And again, besides Impact Plus, I'm not sure where else. I think it's literally just Impact Plus and YouTube based. So you just have to go and become an insider. I think it's like $5 or $10. So take a chance and catch this show. It probably will be more entertaining than SmackDown, but I digress. That's just a personal fan's opinion, by the way. But thanks for your thoughts and your engagement. All right, let's keep going. Honestly, yeah, that was probably the most predictable match of the night. This one right here, the only thing I wonder is, Chris Harris, are you going to die? Because America's Most Wanted are back in tag team action. You are looking at that right. With Heath, he's got kids, and the Good Brothers, the current Impact tag team champions, successfully defending the gold against Vincent and PCO when things went to hell last night. And once again, the faction Honor No More looks to take over Impact Wrestling. I feel this is pretty prolific. Why the name Against All Odds also came to be, considering how this 5-sum for Impact Wrestling came to be. That being said, like you said, maybe feel-good moments, but Jerry, we just had the feel-good moment from all factions of Impact Wrestling possible at Slammiversary. I feel Honor No More does need something, despite the fact it does seem to be a little bit of tension teased when it comes to PCO and the fact he gets such a positive reception from the Impact faithful. If PCO is the fall here, that's the only way I could see, honestly, Honor No More eating another loss again. But someone tell me right now, they're kind of using Honor No More like literally a coin. Heads or tails, they win here, they lose here. I'm kind of torn on this match, but I'm going to say right now, just because they lost the Slammiversary and they're out for vengeance, and I don't know how far Chris Harris can go, I'm going with Honor No More. Your thoughts on this?
PCO walks out on Honor No More, and Team Impact wins.
PCO walks out on his own?
Yeah.
Can he think like that?
Well, why not?
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
And then, it'd be the biggest surprise of the show probably if he just were to walk out, just got sick of it, and then, even then, Chris Harris pick up the win.
But I say, who thought you would see Chris Harris back in ring action again? Jerry, America's Most Wanted back in ring action. What? I'm
as shocked as everybody else at this point, but at the same time, if weirdly enough, I actually had this discussion of all people with my mom earlier. Like
Really?
I'm not like we're gonna switch gears a little bit. I'm not a big Hangman Adam Page fan, and I think it's the fact that he doesn't really have that. Like he hasn't had that quality that I look for in a person, like a wrestler yet. I think if he actually had his own posse that he formed, kind of like a Bullet Club type thing. Not really a Bullet Club, nothing that big, but like
Desperados.
yeah, pretty much a group of outlaws, and like the first people that thought that he could tag with would be America's Most Wanted, and it'd be like a really cool little trios type group that they could actually have.
Right.
So, but yeah, they also I'm like, well, then Adam Page would probably get back into drinking because of James Storm. It's very fickle, but
That's putting it politely. Fickle! That's putting it politely.
but I say like Honor No More still eats the loss on this one. It's not going to be 50-50 booking. Impact has really never done 50-50 booking. If it's something that works, they're going to keep on going with it, even if it means sacrificing something that doesn't. And even though they're Honor No More, I can see a lot of these Honor No More people going back to Ring of Honor after it relaunches.
Well, considering we got Death Before Dishonor literally this month, I definitely expect more surprises too.
I was about to say, especially with Maria's involvement in Ring of Honor at this point.
Apparently going to be leading the women's division, which I think is a cool move in its own right. And again, we'll see how that unfolds. Maybe we're
I was saying earlier that like Raven's got a brilliant mind for wrestling business. So does Maria. She's got a brilliant mind in general.
Yeah, she is one of the smartest people, not just in the industry, but in general. It's amazing. And honestly, now that I think about it, she could literally be the X factor here too. Don't ever count out Maria being involved in the decision. Just saying. All right, well, good stuff, and I do agree with you there. You're kind of making me want to change my pick, but that heck with it. Keep it interesting. Against all odds, I could be right, could be wrong. I'm gonna stick with mine. So we're split. All right, let's keep moving forward. We got 2 matches left, and they are the prolific titles of this company. As Vic Mama Pump defends, might I add, the first ever Queen of the Mountain, 2-time Knockouts champion, Jordynne Grace. Way to go. She defends against, good grief almighty, Tasha Steelz. And, of course, we saw what happened with her heavy, last night on Impact Wrestling, where Jordynne Grace, how freaking strong are you? Muscle buster Savannah Evans in the next freaking week. Tasha Steelz' theme says she's going to do whatever it takes. Can she beat Jordynne Grace for the gold? Gary, your thoughts on this match? Again, new champion.
I'm not gonna have Jordynne Grace lose the belt. No, she's definitely gonna win this match, and Tasha Steelz gonna pull everything out of the book that she can do, but it's not gonna make any difference. She's not gonna win this match.
Tasha Steelz had a great run as champion. She proved a lot
really did.
to me, but right now she doesn't need the title. Jordynne Grace, she won the moment. She just won it back. Let's see what she can do with this run. Jordynne Grace retains, in my opinion. And everybody's unanimous in the Apollo 2. All 20 of you now that's involved. And as far as the 10-man tag, Jerry, it's nearly 50-50. So, again, we'll see.
I was about to say, like,
so polarizing.
The odds are kind of weird.
you talk about the reason why this show is named what it is. I think there's more reasons than we actually originally fought on, Jerry. But I digress. And again, against all odds, what are the odds when it comes to the strength, the mentality, the physical readiness, when it comes to the standard, the Ironman of professional wrestling, overcoming somebody yet to be defeated? As Josh Alexander defends the gold, the Impact World Championship against Joe Doering. All Japan Pro Wrestling versus Impact Wrestling. This is going to be a big hoss fight, to say the least, considering how unorthodox Joe Doering is. And again, this does seem out of nowhere, but I don't know. I'm a little bit, I got thoughts on this. I don't think this is going to end the way I think, especially with it being bonded by design. Eric Young, of course, MIA. Jerry, you take this one. It's the main event, man. Your thoughts on this match? What do you expect? And do you see Josh retaining?
Josh is going to retain, and it's going to be a good, big old, feel good. No, but it's going to be a big old feel good Canadian moment. I'm pretty sure they're both Canadian.
Oh, good Lord. All right. But
like Joe Doering isn't going to win the match, and if anything, it's going to propel Josh to a different level. The fact they take out somebody who's undefeated, and that's actually pretty cool. But at the same time, Eric Young didn't get the job done at Slammiversary. Why would one of his minions get it done on like a 2 weeks later? It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, literally, he went through Eric Young, the maniacal mastermind leader at Slammiversary. Then he went through Diener on Thursday, nearly broke his ankle with an ankle lock. Joel Doring's last obstacle. So I guess this just comes down to this. After he overcomes the anomaly that is Joel Doring.
That's it. That's the end of going against Violent by Design. Yeah.
That's the end of Violent by Design's plans for Impact World titles. And then you wonder where Josh Alexander goes from here. I just guess we're just going to have
Josh has a smorgasbord of people he can go against at this point.
Exactly.
So it's one of those situations where the whole Violent by Design thing is kind of just spinning tires. Like there's really nothing going on with that feud. It's just him. It's like him wrestling a weekly gauntlet match, and that's it. Like basically by the end of it, we're not going to have that feud anymore. By the end of the night, I'm hoping we actually have somebody make their presence known that's going to be faced off against Josh Alexander next.
Well, when it comes to these Impact Plus specials, they usually do give you some sort of suspension of disbelief moment. So, again, we're just going to have to wait and see. But, yeah, I definitely have Josh Alexander, the walking weapon, retaining. And so does everybody right now in the entire Impact faithful pool. Some comments here say some interesting matchups. Enjoy the 4th of July weekend. Enjoy the show. Some people can't wait. Someone said, let's go. And with that, Jerry, I'm ready to go too.
It feels like a glorified house show.
It does. But again, against all odds, there's some intrigue when it comes to some of these matches giving us suspension of disbelief. And that makes it feel a little bit more than just a house show for me.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying it just feels like a house show in the sense that we're not going to really have any titles changing hands.
No, I don't think so
it's going to be great action.
Yep.
It's going to be phenomenal fights. It's going to be probably a lot of storyline progression going on.
That's
but at the same time, but sometimes you just need to have one of those shows where you showcase your champions. They get good wins, but then you also have different stories being built up, and that's what we have here. So it's going to bridge the gap between this one and the next official pay-per-view.
Which, of course, the actual official next pay-per-view is Bound for Glory in October. And we'll see who shows up there, because last year it was AAA, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Bullet Club, and AEW. Will they do the same thing, or even more, maybe? Stardom. I'm just saying. Yep. Either way, this should be an intriguing show, and I'm definitely ready for this Friday night spectacle, to say the least. But that's all we got for now, folks, as that concludes the first part of this double feature 2. Me and Jerry Slaughter will be back with some new faces to come and talk about the Premium Live event. Money in the Bank, not Jeff Meacham, Derek. Hi, Jeff. So with that being said, grab some soup, grab a drink, place your bets, get your predictions in for this show too, and we'll be back with you guys in about, 15, 20 minutes or so. But in the meantime, make a positive impact even during this brief time, and we'll see you all shortly. Stay tuned. And against all odds, is definitely going to be better than SmackDown, in my opinion. But I digress. And say yes to No DQ. And go check out Aaron Britt's recap after the show, too. See you soon. You know what's funny? We're in backstage, and this is like what people wish they could see or hear. We'd be talking or doing anything right now, and they're like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
It says I'm still in. It says I'm still in the show.
Well, this overlay right now doesn't show you, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so all good.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just
reading the ticker. Say yes to No DQ.
I gotta give that love. Come on now. I'll change it up to this. And I'll check and see if the rest of the party's ready. Emotional consideration brought to you by Armbar. Follow Armbar on Facebook, ARMBAR ! In conjunction with Waymouth Youth Wrestling and FTW Productions. Follow the Huberside 95 on Twitter and support the Jeff Meacham Network too. Buy a shirt, buy all the merch. Enjoy wrestling, enjoy Disney, enjoy life too. We'll be back shortly with the second part of our additional programming. All right, all right, all right. Everybody, place your bets. See who hits it high in Las Vegas. We will be now returning to our normal scheduled program, and we will soon be with the Notiku Galaxy panel to talk money in the bank. With that being said, allow me to bring us back into view. And please welcome Jeff Chadwick. Jeff, how are you? It's time for Money in the Bank once again, where we see who will seize the ultimate opportunity in defining their career, maybe forever. Good to see you, man. How are you?
Tired, but I'm doing good.
That makes two of us. I know that for a fact, dude.
Yeah, it's been a crazy week, but you know what? Money in the Bank's tomorrow. I'm excited. I get to see my girl Raquel Gonzalez whoop
Nice.
butt as only she does, and can't wait.
I still prefer Raquel Rodriguez, but I digress. And of course, I'm still with Jerry Slaughter, enjoying, I'm assuming, a Klondike bar. You know, there's that old problem. What would you do for a Klondike bar? What would you do to claim the Money in the Bank? That is the question that we're going to get tomorrow night from all the men and women involved in what has now become an annual premium live event. Although I still agree with Walter, it should just be at Money in the Bank. But I digress. As Jerry continues to enjoy a cold treat on a very hot afternoon here in Toledo, Ohio, we'll wait, of course, for our other member to join in the party, Christopher Rotz, and allow me to promote, of course. Folks, this will be, of course, Money in the Bank. Let me go ahead and shut my mouth and get this man on the feed. There's Christopher Rotz. Chris, you made it just in time. And ladies and gentlemen, again, he is an OG of the Notiku Galaxy and a proud member of the Notiku Galaxy predictions panel, one of the four horsemen. Chris, good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing good, and I'm getting ready for Money in the Bank tomorrow night. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, I feel no matter what, why we may look at this card and be like, ugh, there's still the Money in the Bank ladder matches that will give us some sort of intrigue, some wild moments, and someone might break themselves in half on a ladder. So there's always that. And of course, Jerry, he will definitely talk to you about how somebody very close to him loves ladder matches, whether it's for the human car wreck or the high antics that could be involved. Who knows? But as we let Jerry continue to enjoy his cold treat, allow me to, of course, bring up the NotiQ Galaxy leaderboard. Chris, you're leading. You are leading the entire divisions. Congratulations with 54 points. Adrian, Chaz, Ashley, Charlene, Jeff, you're also on there within the top 20. So is Mark and so many others. Thank you to all over 100 of you that's constantly been participating in this, or at least took one chance, if nothing else, on this fun little predictions league that I host for full throughout the entire year. And of course, we are not only the Galaxy, particularly me and Jerry, we are also the team. And here is the team leaderboard as Sean Goshaku, Notiq's own Super Saiyan. Dang it. Takes a big gap and takes the lead, followed by Big G, TJS, and Kayfabe, and then me, Caitlin, Aaron, Mikey T. You see all the rest. Jerry, you're not exactly at the well, who am I kidding? Jerry Slaughter is at the bottom on the predictions list, as only he can be when it comes to the WWE. He's muted. Let me go ahead.
I suck at this.
No, it's a very important job to be at the bottom because you're holding everybody else up.
I am the step stool of the NoDQ Galaxy.
Where one day he hopes to grab that brass ring and ascend to the top three.
Hey, all the treasure sinks to the bottom, man. I'm good.
All right, yeah. Everyone has their place, right? Well, anyway, shout out to all of you that's been watching or now tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. With that being said, guys, let's get right into it. Oh, good grief almighty. I'm already having a hell of a time. So, yes, folks, we're here to talk about Money in the Bank, the next premium live event hosted by the WWE, emanating from the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada. And it comes to us tomorrow night on Peacock, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As, of course, we're doing this before the Go Home SmackDown, where there still is some stuff yet to unfold and a participant to be known too. We'll talk more about that when we get to that match. Let's go ahead and start with this match here, as the ones, the Bloodline, the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions defend both the cherry and blueberry straps with the silver dimes against the guys that want the smoke and probably want pizza afterwards too, the Street Profits. we've seen the back and forth altercations when it comes to countdowns, no DQs, and singles one-upmanship with these two teams too. But again, how do you bet against the Bloodlines? They're the ones. And this guy wears the head of the table shirt for a reason. So, Chris, you're first. Do we have new undisputed tag team champions?
Well, my prediction for this match is I'm going to go with the Usos. It's going to be a good match between the Usos and Street Profits. It's going to be an entertaining match. I'm going to say the Usos are going to retain the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, and they're going to go right into SummerSlam defending those championships, probably against either the New Day or the Viking Raiders.
How many times have I seen the New Day versus the Usos? I feel like I'm stuck in Groundhog Day. I mean, seriously, how many times have I seen the New Day go up against the Usos? I feel like I'm stuck in Groundhog Day. Okay, you get the idea. While we think about that entire possibility that could actually happen, Jeff, your thoughts as far as tomorrow night's match goes. The Street Profits have a chance in hell. Will they get the smoke or will they get smoked?
Oh, well, I've heard through the grapevine some rumors that possibly Solo Sikoa might debut in the Bloodline. I don't know how true that is, but if it is, you can guarantee the Usos are going to get the victory. I think they will anyway, whether Solo Sikoa debuts or not. I don't see them losing the titles anytime soon. Right now it's the same teams. They need to get fresh blood up there. They need someone new in order for them to have a shot at losing them. So until then, I see them holding on to it. So,
Gary, at this point, with your fantasy booking, even looking at the 2.0 scene, is there anybody that could possibly build as maybe those potential two to take these straps off the Usos, considering they hold both sets?
No. That's the easiest answer, but at the same time, I'm kind of with Jeff, but kind of against Jeff at the same time. They're like the only way the Usos are going to lose the belts at this point is in either a triple threat or a fatal four-way match where they do not get pinned.
Mm.
So if they're put in some sort of tag team turmoil type situation where the belts are on the line for like whoever gets pinned, they're the new champions. That's the only way the Usos are going to lose the belts. It won't be a strict tag team versus tag team type thing. It'd have to be a tag team versus tag team versus tag team versus tag team.
Oh,
and
good grief!
And it'll be one of those situations where like they won't even get pinned. They'll lose the belts, and they'll have to face Roman after that, and they'll probably win the belts right back afterwards. But for right now, the Usos are going to retain against the Street Profits, which sucks. I really like the Street Profits.
I'm just going to throw it out there. Is this the time where the Street Profits split up, considering what they've been doing with tag teams lately?
Mm-mm. I think them and the New Day are guaranteed to be together for quite a while. If anything, Montez Ford may strike out a singles type career for a little bit, but I think Angelo Dawkins will back him up regardless.
Yeah, I just don't see Angelo Dawkins as a heel, in my opinion. Even if MVP necessarily, picks him up as another acquisition.
But we just also had Trent Seven turn on Tyler Bate now too, so that's one of those situations where you can't rule anything out. But at the same time, Angelo Dawkins isn't a sack of potatoes. So,
jeez.
Speaking of sack of potatoes, crab chips, pretty great shit.
Goes well with the Klondike bar.
Well, yeah, a whole bunch of endorsements here. Just whatever. Enjoy Coke.
Case in point.
Enjoy Coke. Whatever.
Enjoy whatever. Enjoy pop. Enjoy chips. Enjoy golden Oreos. Enjoy this match.
It's my day off. I'm eating whatever the hell I want. It's fun.
You know what? It's your body. Do what you wish with it. That's all I got to say about that. Okay, guys. Well, good stuff. So we're all unanimous with the Usos. And for those that are wondering, yes, I will have the form after SmackDown Live tonight because, again, our field is not full. And who knows? That might actually build some intrigue. And honestly, they might add one more match because that's the WWE way, right?
They'll add three more.
Oh, for the love of God. If I get Madcap Moss versus Baron Corbin, expect a Jim Cornette rant.
Anyway. It's going to be a 6-hour pay-per-view. Or premium live event. Oh.
I'd rather see a 6-hour pay-per-view of quality professional wrestling than a 6-hour premium live event with undertoned, wasted talent, stuck in catering, booked for one night just to be squashed and forgotten about.
3 hours of recaps. 3 hours of recaps.
Yeah, let's just do 90 minutes of video packages more than the actual wrestling you're trying to show us, because that's what we want to see. We want to see a bunch of video packages.
Here's what happened.
Get me on a rant.
Here's what happened 30 seconds ago.
And then we're going to look at it again during the entrance. That 15 second. Good grief almighty. All right, moving on to.
It's so easy to do.
Okay, I'm just going to shut up right now because you thought I was ranting a moment ago. This is a match worth ranting about, but I'm tranquilo, considering I got Royal Rampage tonight. And I do like Bianca Belair. But why the hell is Carmella in this situation? Jerry, your thoughts on this match?
I had no thoughts on this match. Carmella is about useless in the WWE. She really, really is. She was barely even useful in NXT as the manager for, Enzo and Cass.
How you doing?
So, she's just a spot filler at this point. They have nobody else to put in her position. They had to shoehorn her in because of Rhea Ripley, and nobody else really wanted to face off against Bianca, it seems. So, nobody wants to be champion there anymore, and I don't blame them.
Well, again, it's one of those things where it's like the champion defines the title or the title defines the champion, but when you literally use your titles as props and don't build competition, bye, Margo. That just made me happy. I'm in a better mood now. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, why should I be invested? And why should this be believable? I literally said on the freaking panel, the only way Carmella wins is if Corey Graves jumps over the announce table, takes the briefcase from the women's Money in the Bank winner, cashes it on Carmella's behalf, and makes sure Carmella gets the pinfall on Bianca Belair, forcing the ref to count, and then you get some sort of live sex celebration by them making out tongue-to-tongue in the middle of the ring.
No. God, no.
That's good shit, damn it. But I digress. Chris.
Women's champions would be turning over in their graves.
Right.
I feel like they've already been doing that for a number of reasons.
Good pun, right? Yeah, pretty great.
Yeah, you know, Women's Evolution 2017. Anyone remember that? I do. That being said, Chris, please say Bianca retains, or I'm cutting you off this feed.
I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair to retain the Raw Women's Championship, and it's gonna be a good match. But overall, probably at SummerSlam, if Becky doesn't win the Money in the Bank, it'll probably will be Bianca versus Becky at
Last
SummerSlam
woman standing match
for the Raw Women's Championship, or you add in Rhea Ripley to this and you make it a triple threat with Bianca, Rhea Ripley, and Becky Lynch at SummerSlam for the Raw Women's Championship, or you go with Bianca versus Rhea, or maybe you go with Bianca versus Bayley at SummerSlam for the Raw Women's Championship.
I will say this. Rhea Ripley, get well soon. She is injured. Apparently, it's more than we think. Something dealing with her brain. That is nothing to sleep at, because neurologically unstable, that could affect absolutely everything. And with the summer of injuries, and with the summer of injuries that keeps going on, you gotta take care of yourself the best way possible, and those you work with too. There's no doubt in my mind, the money match for Raw Women's Division right now is Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. It needs to happen too, and until that happens, Bianca Belair ain't losing that strap that she's trying to make relevant. With that being said, Rhea Ripley, get well soon. But Chris, I do agree with you in your prediction, and I like a lot of your what ifs too. But seriously, they're already doing Brock versus Roman last man standing, which of course we'll talk about in our main at SummerSlam. It was a problem if they do Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch last woman standing, because why not? Rename SummerSlam last person standing, last one standing. I don't know. That being said, there's your gimmick.
No, you can't have last one standing because.
Point taken. Jeff, your thoughts on this match and anything that Chris kind of alluded to, maybe towards the future of the Women's Championship, with Bianca obviously retaining.
Okay. Just throwing this out there. I got to do this. Chris, do me a favor and just say Carmella is the new champion. Just say that. Just for a second, because I go in somewhere with this. Say Carmella is the new champion.
I ain't saying it.
Just say it. Just say it. Please.
I can't say it.
You're thinking Carmella's the new champion, right? Well, in the words of Gilbert Gottfried, you fool! No, she's not.
One of my favorite comedians.
I don't see Carmella taking this. I don't see Carmella. She's not. The only reason she had the title last time was because of No Chin. That's the only reason she had it. She's not really championship material. Carmella may be money, but it's more like play money. Because to me, she's not championship caliber. So bottom line, Bianca takes this. I had to get Gilbert in there. I'm sorry.
hey, you almost made him do it. You almost made him do
I
it.
was this close. This close.
That being said, and this is not to discredit the actual talent, it's the way they're booked. You have given me nothing to make me believe that Carmella is a credible threat, let alone a representation to lead this division as champion. Period.
She's barely believable as a wrestler.
But I will guarantee one thing. She will not have the mask on tonight. She's not putting it on
tomorrow?
Tomorrow night.
Probably tomorrow. But, well, tomorrow, whatever. She's not going to wear it. Because
you
last time she wrestled, she didn't wear it. What happened to that gimmick?
Maybe because it fell flat, or maybe her face is fixed. I don't know. She's not as grotesque as Cody Rhodes, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? Duh.
I miss dashing Cody Rhodes. What happened to that guy?
It was only smoke and mirrors. It was only smoke and mirrors. Now he is all about building a kingdom, and now he needs to rebuild his pectoral muscle.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You look like Grimace.
But I digress. Cody, get well soon. All right, good fun stuff. Let's keep moving forward. And why is Bobby Lashley challenging for the United States Championship when last year he came in as the WWE Championship? Whatever. It's Bobby Lashley versus almost said Austin Fury for the United States Championship, and all we've seen so far is a pose. I almost missed the Leo Rush gimmick. Yeah. With the fact that John Cena just celebrated 20 years was on Monday Night Raw, they had that bit of a moment with Fury where he was trying to take a selfie with John Cena, who wasn't there, clearly. I feel like here, this is just weird. It was like giving Bobby Lashley something. Because, again, Raw has no key player. Raw has no top champion. Raw has no top player. It's sad to say, but that's the state of affairs. I almost, at this point, rather see AJ Styles versus Fury at SummerSlam for the United States Championship. He's not even involved in this premium live event. What the hell? That being said, I got Fury retaining because he's Vince's golden baby, golden goose, whatever the hell you want to call it, golden egg. He must be preserved. Fury's going to retain. The Bobby Lashley bandwagon has set sailed. He's now mid-card filler. Chris, your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm just going to go and say I'm going to go with Fury to retain the United States Championship tomorrow night. I cannot believe Bobby Lashley is challenging for the United States Championship.
Right.
And it's just, what are they doing with Bobby Lashley? We should have had Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. That would Bobby Lashley was teasing at his when he defeated Omos at an MVP at Hell in a Cell, that he wants to maybe challenge Roman Reigns. And knowing we didn't get to see Roman versus Bobby for the undisputed Universal Championship at this premium live event,
nor ever.
But Fury is gonna retain, and personally, SummerSlam, it will probably be Fury versus John Cena. But if John Cena doesn't show up at SummerSlam, the rumor is he might come for WrestleMania. I'm hearing that rumor right now that John Cena match is going to probably take place at WrestleMania. So if they don't go with Fury and John Cena at SummerSlam, I think they are going to have I think shenanigans is going to happen with Fury and Bobby Lashley. Fury's going to probably maybe cheat to win some way, somehow, and we might get a rematch of SummerSlam between Fury and Bobby Lashley. And personally, if it happens, I would lock these two up in a steel cage.
I mean, hey, that's how you escalate things, right? And also, Bobby Lashley's no stranger to being, I believe, United States champion. Of course, he was the one that got the brand new United States championship that we're seeing now in the first place during the pandemic. But yeah, I think this is pretty much self-explanatory. Fury's retaining. Jerry, anything to add regarding this or Bobby Lashley's current position in the WWE?
Oh, Bobby Lashley's going to win the U.S. belt.
All right. That's Jerry's butter.
Well, the thing is with this is, yeah, we keep on saying he's been kind of reduced to a mid-card role, especially after a huge feud with Omos that lasted, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, it felt like.
Pun intended.
So it's one of those situations where now we have to do something with Lashley. And I think the best thing that they can do right now is have Lashley versus Theory. Theory looks like he's going to retain. John Cena's music hits. Theory gets distracted. Lashley spears the hell out of Theory, wins the belt. This way, you can set up for Theory versus Cena at SummerSlam with no title on the line, and that way, that Cena can get the win and not actually win a belt. So, and then that gives Lashley something to do because he'll actually have a mid card title, and you'll actually have a champion on TV every week. So,
well, I mean, again, I still say some of John Cena's best work was why he was United States champion.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that, John Cena Invitational. But come on, he's a Hollywood actor now. He doesn't have time to be U.S. champion.
True that. I can kind of see where you're going there. I mean, weird things have happened.
He's one of Vince McMahon's golden boys, and right now Vince is not in the best shining light. So it's one of those situations where if he can help, he will. But at the same time, the only way he actually will help is to raise buy numbers for SummerSlam for that match, and that'll be pretty much it.
Well, right now, SummerSlam's a big what if of whatever could be booked on there at this point. So John Cena versus Blink is definitely not out of the realm of possibility. Jeff, your thoughts towards this, and does it lead to John Cena versus maybe Bobby Lashley instead of maybe John Cena versus Theory?
Well, I see Lashley winning, but I don't see him winning the belt. I see him winning the match via DQ. That's how I see this ending. But I do not see Cena versus Lashley. What I want to see. Now, this doesn't mean it's going to happen, obviously. Vince, please book that. I want to see Cena get the one title he has been eluded from his whole career. Cena versus Gunther for the Intercontinental title. That's what I want to see. And hopefully we'll see that maybe around Survivor Series. I think would be a good time for that. Not so much right now. Let him have his little feud with Theory and whatnot. That's fine. But honestly, I want to see him go back on the show where he debuted. I want to see him win a title he's never won before, where it's not going to interfere with being number 16. You know, he's not going to win that heavyweight title anymore. He's not
doing number 17. He's not doing it.
No. But I do see him getting the Grand Slam, and by winning the Intercontinental title is the only way he can do it. So I would like to personally see Cena versus Gunther for the Intercontinental title.
That's a match I didn't know I wanted, but also if you're going in that route before then, I would love to see on SmackDown Cena versus Ludwig. Because him versus Marcel Bartel would be a badass match.
Start the promo. build a program. Now, this is something that would make me watch SmackDown, actually, okay?
Mhm.
Start the program with him and the promos. Walter comes out, watches on. He plays his final boss music. I still say you need to bring back New World Symphony, but that's just me being a traditionalist. And then you just get the face-off, and you already see the size discretion. And then the first chop that Cena feels, and the expression that he could sell, that cements Walter for the future.
Yeah.
I really want to see that.
I would love to see it. I mean, I think that to me is a dream match.
Agree.
And I would rather see Cena versus Gunther for the Intercontinental title than Cena versus Theory for the U.S. title, because he's already won the U.S. title.
I'm about to say it is your Rocky versus Drago type like WWE match.
Literally, that's the personification of it.
Mhm.
And shout out to Jay Huber Side 95. Yes, James. Tonight, Impact Plus special on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Against All Odds, literally during SmackDown. Right, we'll go over for Rampage too. We got one night ahead of us, boy. You better be ready. All right, well, good stuff, guys. And Jeff, that's the booking of the night. I absolutely love that. All right, let's keep going as we have, looks like, as of right now, only, it's weird. You got the 2 Money in the Bank matches and 4 matches before that, and all 4 of those matches are championship matches. Unless SmackDown adds something else like you put out in the universe. I will curse you like Danhausen if that happens. But I digress. This match right here, I respect the work ethic I'm going to see, but the story, not so much. It's the SmackDown Women's Championship as Ronda Rousey defends the gold against the Hart Dungeons and her trainer and friend, or I guess not anymore with the OnlyFans thing, Natalya. So when did OnlyFans become the selling plot towards a championship match, considering that Paige Van Zandt is also involved in that? I'm just aware. I just know. I just take it what you will. I just know. Okay. And what people do with that, hey, that's their own business.
They literally had to take off their ban from people like superstars using third-party pages to make this feud work.
Exactly. They're defeating their own politics to try and sell something.
Riddle smokes weed. Whoop! Get rid of drug policy while we're at it.
And sell a shirt that says 420. Blaze it. That being said, this right here, again, you're feeding Ronda Rousey the WWE roster because you have nobody capable or sellable, marketable, or believable enough to take the title off of her. And yet, again, I have to ask, we're in the fight capital world, Las Vegas, the home of MMA and UFC, at the heart of it. And you didn't do Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. You doggone brain-dead idiots. Ronda Rousey's retaining. That's all I got to say about that. Jeff, your thoughts on this?
Well, you're going to see submission versus submission. There's no pinfalls going to happen in this. It's all going to be about submission. And as much as Natalya is good at what she does, Ronda is just that much better. So I'm sorry. I've got Ronda retaining. It's not going to be an easy fight for Rousey.
No.
It's not a gimme match.
No.
But there's so many options actually for Rousey, because you have the possibility of Baszler, you have Raquel, you guys. I'd like to see Ronda versus Xia Li. I think that would be a hell of a match.
I'm surprised they aren't doing something. I'm surprised they aren't doing something more original or pushing somebody forward. I mean, like you said, Raquel Gonzalez, she literally had her debut match against Ronda Rousey, and her stock is already rising.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I think personally, you do have more people other than strictly Natalya. And I wish they would use these other women properly, because you could have hell of a match between we've always seen Raquel versus Ronda, but it was a very quick match. And I know it can go a lot longer than it did.
Look at what happened with Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle and what that developed into. Just saying.
Exactly. I mean, hell, the Brock Lesnar, John Cena, 17 suplexes and done. I mean, it could have been so much more.
Bad memory for Chris. Bad memory for Chris.
I know it was. And I apologize for bringing that up. But it's a good example. I mean, you've got SmackDown, I think, honestly, out of the two shows, has the best women's talent out of Raw and SmackDown. So if you don't have anyone there, who can you go with? I mean, someone from NXT? I mean, I mean, I don't know really right off the top of my head who could actually be a contender with Rousey from NXT. But, you've got 4 or 5 of them right there on SmackDown. And why focus on one person? Because I guarantee you this match is not going to end here. It's going to go on. And now that'll just tick me off because you've got so many other contenders. But I've got Rousey taking this one.
Honestly, I would like to see Ronda Rousey versus Asuka. I think that would be very interesting. Hey, you talk about there is no brand split. Why not do something like that? Just saying.
Exactly.
And I understand what Money in the Bank is now. I just am thinking about what you could have done before this, outside the realm of the obvious veteran versus MMA fighter. Seriously. Where's the originality? Where's the creativity? That is the problem with the product today. Just saying.
But like you said, Ronda, Baszler. That's what everybody wants.
Exactly.
You couldn't team them up when the 4 horsemen women were all there together. You might as well have Baszler versus Rousey.
And despite Shafir still green as ever, Shafir at least gets showcased on AEW Dynamite.
Right, exactly.
But I digress. Chris, your thoughts on this match? Pretty much, it's going to be a good match. There's no doubt about that. We know the quality these two can bring. But again, it's the sell, it's the believability, and Ronda Rousey losing. There's none of that there, especially with the gimmick being about your mama. So that being said, yeah, I saw that gimmick too. I was like, good God almighty. Chris, your thoughts on this match and what's next for Ronda Rousey, still as champ?
Well, my thoughts is this, Jeff, you brought up a bad memory back in 2014 when Brock suplexed John Cena.
Suplex, repeat. Suplex, repeat. Suplex, repeat. Suplex, repeat. Sorry.
So I am not mad at you for that. Well, my thoughts on this is it's going to be a good match between Ronda Rousey and Natalya. I'm shocked that they went with Natalya for this match. They could have easily done Ronda versus Shayna Baszler. I think that would be a good match to see. Maybe Ronda versus Raquel again. But I think my prediction is Ronda Rousey is definitely going to retain the SmackDown Women's Championship tomorrow night. And what's next for Ronda is SummerSlam when she defends that SmackDown Women's Championship. And I am going to say it to you guys. I think tomorrow night, after the Ronda Rousey Natalya's match, I think we're going to get the return of Charlotte Flair. And we're going to get Ronda versus Charlotte again for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam. I'm sorry to say that.
You heard Jeff. So you got your revenge. Congratulations, Chris. The never-ending story. And yes, I've seen that movie. I'd rather watch that movie than watch that match again.
Yes, I agree.
Jerry?
What are you saying, Noah? That movie kicks ass.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, what? Did my tone sound underlining?
Yeah, you may sound never-ending story is a bad movie.
No,
you don't want to watch this shitty match again.
Hey, I said I'd rather watch the movie. What are you talking about? I'm just not a big movie goer, so watching a movie already hurts me because I watch professional wrestling. Damn it. So that being said, yes, I've seen Never Ending Story. Hell, I used to do the dang song that had DDR on PS2. Okay, now you're learning more about my childhood. That being said, Jerry, talk about this match. Fantasy book Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler for SummerSlam, please.
Okay. Ronda Rousey is going to win. Remember that's how I broke you on one of the WrestleMania predictions? Because I predicted for Ronda Rousey to win that triple threat match?
Yes.
Yeah. Ronda Rousey is going to win her match, but I think whoever wins women's Money in the Bank ladder match is going to cash in on her that night.
Oh,
it is a very big trend in the WWE that the women are very, very quick to cash in their Money in the Bank briefcase.
That is very accurate.
So
Very
so
accurate.
if we get the women's Money in the Bank match relatively early, hey James, if we get the Money in the Bank ladder match for women's very very early in the evening, and we get Natalya versus Ronda Rousey towards the end, it's very very possible that we'll get a cash in at the last second. So I'm gonna go say Ronda Rousey wins this match, but there's a very very good chance that she will not leave the champion.
Well, you're not wrong, considering Bayley did same night as well against Charlotte Flair and literally cashed in. And also last year, the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match was the opener to the show. So you're definitely on point there, Jerry, considering that, again, they're the only matches we have yet to talk about, and the women's one is full, including a bunch of people that not only have history of Money in the Bank, we have people that won it too. And also there's people here with history of Ronda Rousey. So again,
Jeff has some sort of point down here. He looks like he's about to have a brain
got
bleed.
brain going. Jeff,
Didn't Alexa Bliss also cash in the day that she won it?
Yeah.
And isn't she in the Money in the Bank ladder match this year?
Yes, she is. So why don't we go ahead and talk about that right now, because I feel there is a trend going on here where we might be looking at our next SmackDown Women's Champion. Here we go, boys. The Women's Money in the Bank ladder match this year features Raquel Gonzalez, because I prefer that name. What do they call her? David Bowie 2.0, Lady Gaga, or whatever. Insert pop figure here, Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss, and my Alexa's in the other room, so I could actually say it out loud. Asuka, Lacey Evans, who is becoming more two-faced than Big Show was during his WWE run, Shotzi Blackheart, and everybody's favorite underdog that you want to see succeed, Liv Morgan. Watch Me. And I'm not talking about Watch Me, and I'm not talking about that dumb song either by Salento. Okay. I had to say it. All right, gentlemen. Here's how it goes. We each get 2 picks, a primary and a secondary. Look at this field. Figure out what's ahead. You might literally be deciding the SmackDown Women's Championship future, because I feel there's more possibility whoever wins this will cash in on the SmackDown side versus the Raw side. So with that being said, because Jerry put those spots out in the universe, Jerry, you're going first. Who is your primary and who is your secondary? And do you see a future women's champion by the end of the night out of this field?
It's highly possible. I think if anybody does it, it's going to probably end up being Becky Lynch. I can see Becky Lynch winning the Money in the Bank ladder match by hook or by crook, and then everybody will just be waiting for her to cash in at the end of the night. And that does happen. She will walk out as the champion after his whole long story of her not getting the belt back, missing out on getting championship opportunity. Yeah, she's gone kind of nuts though, and it's been a great character, but they need to do something else with her, and this would be a quick way of her getting the belt back on her and off of Ronda. And it'll be interesting to have, since she's Raw, it'd just be another thing saying it's like, okay, this brand extension doesn't even exist anymore. But my secondary pick would probably be Bliss. I want Alexa Bliss to win because I like how she holds the championship, not necessarily as a title holder, but just the way she holds the belt. It's hot.
And then looks over it like that. I know what you're talking about. Also,
yeah,
100%.
It's fantastic. And that just further push her away from this whole stupid supernatural thing she's been doing for the past couple of years.
And apparently she's been stopping doing that these last couple of weeks. In fact, she recently was in a pinfall loss in singles action against Liv Morgan.
Yeah, so I like the idea of her finally getting back to her whole self after dwindling away from that whole Fiend thing little by little.
Right.
But yeah, so my first pick will be Becky Lynch. My second pick will be Alexa Bliss.
Very viable picks there, Jerry.
Yeah, very unlike me. I get it.
Look, sometimes you can see the writing on the wall, and I'm not talking about Wonderwall by Oasis, but it just feels like right here, one is super obvious. The other one is kind of like, okay, you saw win it before. or okay, I kind of want to see him win it here. Because personally, for me, my secondary is I would Liv Morgan. She's that baby face underdog story waiting to have a happy ending, a moment where literally, like her gear, she will cry as champion. I feel she deserves to be a champion too. But the thing is, how do you pull off the cash in, like how Bailey did it after Charlotte Flair took a title off Becky, and you had a heel somehow in place? It's one of those things where it's all about the execution.
That's the other thing we have a problem with right now is we have two face champions.
Exactly. And that's another thing to think about as well. So that being said, though, it's one of those things where I think about, okay, maybe a face wins it. Maybe they actually hold it longer than one daggone night or one daggone week. I mean, hell, Nikki Ash cashed it in literally the freaking following night on Monday Night Raw on Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is cursed by Money in the Bank. Let's just put it out there, folks. So that being said, my heart goes out to Liv Morgan. I want to see her succeed. So she's actually my secondary. And as far as first, seriously, it's going to be Becky Lynch. At this point, it's got to be Becky Lynch. Because they haven't done Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey. Becky Lynch right now is on a all-or-nothing tirade to have some sort of strap around her waist. And if this is the way you somehow build Becky versus Ronda all the way to, maybe not WrestleMania, but SummerSlam, you need to have something to sell that show besides Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar 725. So that being said, Liv secondary, Becky Lynch is my primary. And I do think Becky Lynch will leave Money in the Bank as a SmackDown Women's Champion. And then we finally will get Ronda Rousey people will invest and engage in. A pissed off MMA fighter don't need to talk, literally will out to kill you type of Ronda Rousey that I want to see.
That's the Ronda Rousey we all deserve, honestly.
Damn right. But I digress. Okay, Chris, you're next, my friend. Your thoughts on the Women's Money in the Bank, and who are your two to win? And out of your two, could you possibly see a new champion that same night?
Well, this is definitely gonna be opening up the show, and the men's is gonna be the main event. And I put
Most
that
likely.
down in the Meltdown predictions league for Jeff Chadwick. So I want to put that out there. That this match is going to open up the show tomorrow night. It's going to be a good match. Some of these women are in for a spot.
Clearly.
It's going to be a good, entertaining match. My secondary pick, I was going back and forth for a long time between Lacey Evans and Liv Morgan. I love these two women. I want Liv Morgan to succeed and have her get that big film moment and finally win a champion. Lacey Evans, she's out here to inspire everybody to follow your dreams, reach for the stars, and never give up in life.
So wait. Are you telling me that she's trying to tell us to believe?
I was about to say Bo Dallas.
God.
But
I met the guy. He is awesome. I love him.
I did too, but continue, Chris.
So I was going back and forth on both Lacey Evans and Liv Morgan for a long time. Alexa Bliss, she cashed in to become Raw Women's Championship, and she pinned Nia Jax at the Money in the Bank 2018 Premium Live event. So Raquel, I don't see they putting on the Money in the Bank. I'm Shotzi. I don't see Asuka. I don't really see maybe Bailey.
Do we see Raquel doing like a that one-handed power bomb thing of hers to Shotzi onto a ladder into the corner?
I think so.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. Someone's going to go through a ladder in this match. For sure.
That's not like the biggest possibility for the match. I'll probably be like, "Yay, I did it!"
So
they get your moment. Holy bleep.
So in this, it's going to be a good match in this Women's Money in the Bank. But this is the thing. I could see one of these women's not even be in the match, and we get news that we might get an injury out of them, and maybe you have Bailey.
Don't jinx it, dude. The summer of injuries, enough across the
No.
industry. Good Lord.
That you have maybe somewhere, some like backstage, have someone get
somebody gets jumped at the beginning of the match. Pretty much.
I get a work angle like they did a couple of years. Okay, I get what you're saying.
But here's
lean
the
into the whole injury thing.
So here's my thing. My secondary pick will be Liv Morgan.
Okay.
And my primary pick to properly earn me 2 points. Allegedly. I'm going for big time Becky Lynch.
Well, can't read her poker face, but I guess we'll hear her roar. All right. So we'll see what happens there.
Roar was Katy Perry.
Yeah, I know, but let's face it, Katy Perry versus Lady Gaga would be a more entertaining match in this premium live event than the other ones before the Money in the Bank ladder matches here. Just saying. All right. Does anyone else? I think I had everybody, right? Did everyone get their thoughts in?
Jeff didn't, but that doesn't matter. Let's go on.
No, I wasn't sure. Because Jeff, you got Pokemon. So, I mean,
I just want to say Gaga versus Perry. As long as Gaga's got the meat suit on, she's got it in the bag. So my secondary, actually, there's two.
What is that? Let's just have Bjork in the Swan outfit as the referee.
Oh, come on. She's totally special enforcer.
No. The special enforcer is Madonna. Okay, we'll just throw it right out there.
Don't trust Bjork with the bell. That's all we hear the entire thing.
No, I have two secondaries, and I know this is probably not going to be right. I have two secondaries, but I can't decide between these two. You have Lacey Evans, who is revamping her character and done an amazing job at it. And I love this character of Lacey Evans. I mean, she's the all-American girl. She's, this is the move that she needed. And unfortunately, it took her having her other child and taking that time off to revamp her character.
As long as she doesn't call herself the all-American woman.
True, exactly. But I've definitely got her. I've got Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel has been amazing since making her debut on SmackDown. Sorry, Rodriguez. I can't call her Rodriguez. I can't. It just doesn't work.
Then don't. Look, I can call her all night about WWE conventions.
Just call her Raquel.
I got Raquel as the other one tied with Lacey. Those two are the ones I have as my secondary, and I can't really choose between the two of them.
You have
because
to.
they're both equally good.
You have to.
However, I think I can bottom line say that the punk rock star that she is, Becky Lynch, that I will agree, David Bowie lookalike. I mean, you can't get any closer to it. I got her winning it. Not that I want her to, because I don't, but I think that, if you look back on those that have qualified for the match, usually the last one who qualifies is the one who wins it. So Becky was the last one to qualify for this match, and I think out of all 7 of them, she has the best opportunity to win it. Do I see her cashing in? Yes, but I see it as a failed opportunity.
I was going to say that too. What if she tried to get the jump on Ronda Rousey and ends up still losing?
Oh my
God, that'd be so great.
Yes.
She may not. I mean, she may not cash in, but if she does, I see that as the one of very few to fail doing so.
Would it be the first female one?
It would be the first female one to fail. Cashing in Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank for the women is 100% success rate.
Oh my God. That'd be a hell of a moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. Talk about the ultimate go big or bust moment in Las Vegas, too. Becky Lynch goes bankrupt.
So that's
I like that idea a lot. All right. Well, besides the fact that we talked about maybe Bailey, again, Bailey's the Chris Jericho right now, WWE. WWE needs Bailey. Bailey does not need WWE. She will control when she comes back or go somewhere else. But I digress. That being said, good stuff, guys. I like how we are all a bit various at that one, especially with likes of Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who we definitely believe deserves it. And Lacey Evans, this character thing, I still feel like she's figuring herself out. But again, as long as she doesn't flip a coin to decide whether she's face or heel, I'm okay with what she's doing for now. And again, all you have to do is believe. If she starts doing that gimmick, well, I guess Bo Dallas was also in a ladder match, though, but he came up short. So, I mean, I don't know. All right. Now, it looks like there's been enough freeform chat on the rest of this card. It's time for what most likely, I think Chris hit the nail on the head, is going to be our main event. As once again, the men take action in the Money in the Bank ladder match. We have Drew McIntyre, who already pretty much has a date with the head of the table, Roman Reigns, at Clash of the Castle. Let's just put it out there. The original bro, Matt Riddle, who came up short against Roman Reigns, most recently on SmackDown, and according to stipulation, cannot challenge the Tribal Chief for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship. God, that's a mouthful. Ever again. You have right now the Bloodline's biggest fan besides Chris Rotz here in Sami Zayn, and honestly, might as well be their biggest cheerleader. You have the maniacal Messiah himself, Mr. Drip, he calls himself, cackling galore, the guy that took out Cody Rhodes, Seth freaking Rollins, and might I add, the guy with the cash-in of the century at WrestleMania. You have the fella always ready for a fight and a previous Money in the Bank winner in Sheamus. You have, to be determined, maybe tonight on SmackDown, and then you got Omos. Okay. Seriously, Omos is just there. You need a big guy just to look like a threat, right? Bury him under 50 ladders. Like seriously, does Omos have a cold chance in hell winning this? Let's just get rid of it, folks, okay? All right. So looking at this match, I feel like, honestly, there's only right now 2 actual people I can see winning it. And I feel like we're going to be unanimous on those 2 people in some sort of way, like we were, or I was anyway, with the rest of Team No DQ. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the men's Money in the Bank. Chris, you're first on this one, too. Go.
Well,
and good luck.
Well, I wanted to go first on this.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Because I have a lot to say about
then talk
this
to us, Max Dupree.
Dupree.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dupree.
There we go.
Still
you guys are so funny. Okay.
It's a booze.
I have a lot to say on this. It's going to be this Money in the Bank ladder match. This is the one I'm looking forward to the most, is the men's Money in the Bank. We got the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. He already called his shot at Clash of the Castle against the Undisputed Universal Champion. So I don't see him winning it. You got Riddle. He has a shot at this. Do you know where Riddle is from, by the way?
I thought he was from he's from Las Vegas, I believe.
Okay, we're gonna be in the hometown of Riddle.
Well, he's screwed. He's screwed.
Well, you know that Sami Zayn, just X him out. He's not winning it. Sheamus, I think he has some sort of momentum, but he has a chance. Sheamus could pull it off. Omos, you need a giant ladder. He only needs to go up 2 rungs, and he's right there.
That's if he doesn't break it underneath his own pressure.
Contact Big Show. He's got the other ladder. Contact Big Show.
With the mystery. The mystery is not going to get revealed tonight on SmackDown. It's going to get revealed tomorrow night at Money in the Bank in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Oh, really?
Because, yes. I know everybody's been saying their 2 picks are Seth Rollins and Riddle on each predictions panel I listened to this whole entire week.
There you go.
I'm going in a different direction than mostly all of you guys.
Enlighten me.
I am enlightening you. My first pick, I'm going to go with my number one first. My number one is going to be Seth freaking Rollins.
All right.
My second pick is the mystery superstar. That mystery superstar is going to be Cody Rhodes.
What?
And here's why. Here's why it's going to be Cody. Did he even post that he went into surgery?
He was in
He
rehab.
knew he was going in surgery. He had a little interview where he had the tape right where he had the surgery.
Yeah,
And
he was
well-
going into rehab. I think he's in rehab right now. There's no way.
Is that real or is it makeup?
I mean, if it comes from Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes is the most genuine guy who will literally tell you, my body's on fire. I'm going to tell you it's on fire, but I'm still going to wrestle my ass. So it's real.
Smoke and mirrors.
Well, some of it could be, but I have a gut feeling, yeah, he took this time off, but when he left, he was talking about the Money in the Bank. And this Monday, why did Monday on Raw we had an interview with Cody Rhodes? And it was the go home show before Money in the Bank.
To sell?
He's selling this. I think it's healed up. He's going to be in Money in the Bank tomorrow night.
Oh, good.
And Cody Rhodes is going to be my second pick to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. It's going to be Cody.
Hey, that's my line. Anyway.
Exactly.
But yeah, I just don't believe. Chris, I admire your optimism. Why I feel like Cody versus Roman is the WrestleMania program at this point. They can't do Roman versus The Rock, and I feel that's more likely for Cody to do a John Cena and show up at the Royal Rumble number 30 and win that. But if you are somehow right and Cody not just wins it, but it just shows up in general in the match, you get a No DQ t-shirt from me. So
yay!
I'm going to hold you to that, brother. So good luck. You're crazy, but good luck. Jeff, you're next, brother. Who you got in this Money in the Bank ladder match, and who is vacant besides Cody or John Cena? I'm kidding about the John Cena thing.
Bring up the image one more time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna go right down the line.
I feel that's
Drew.
the most fitting way of doing it.
Yeah, Drew, already seen it. Riddle, already seen it. Sami Zayn, we've already seen it. We have not seen Rollins that I know of as far as this character goes. We have not seen Sheamus. We have not seen Omos.
Omos versus Roman ends in 2 minutes.
That's back there that we have no clue who it is. I will agree, however, that it will be at Money in the Bank that we find out that seventh competitor. And it will be someone he has faced before. I am putting it right now on this panel. Brock Lesnar will be the seventh one in this match. But he will not be the one to win it. He will be the seventh, but he won't be the one to win it. My pick to win it is going to be actually Seth Rollins.
There you go.
But I think that because Lesnar's not on the card, I think he would be a great filler for this match, just like he was last year when he came in. He came in as a total shock and he won it. But this year he'll come in and he won't win it. So what's that going to do with his character? We'll find out. But
you mean in 2019, not last year.
Yeah, about to say,
I apologize.
fuck.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry, this mics is hitting me a little harder than I thought it would.
Well, I mean, hey, WWE is already endorsing it, so who knows? There might be a 12-year-old in the audience that literally will just drink that out of their parents' hand.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look for Nicholas out there. I'm sure he's out there somewhere. Anyway, I've got Brock as the seventh guy, but I have Seth winning it. My backup, however, is going to be Sheamus. Because I think Sheamus and Roman would be a hell of a match. Omos, yeah, he's the biggest guy. But he's got a lot to prove still. He's still very raw. And I'm not saying that because he's on Raw. he's very raw, and he's still learning the tricks of the trade. I don't see him winning this match. But so my picks are either going to be Seth Rollins or it's going to be Sheamus. But that seventh guy is going to be Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Lord.
Jeff.
Well, Chris.
We've
You're both-
seen
you're both
Roman.
crazy.
We've seen Roman versus Sheamus before at TLC in 2015.
Yeah, but not with this new head
The
of
tribal
the table
chief.
character.
The tribal
We
chief
haven't
is
seen
what
it.
he's
Yeah, we
referring
haven't
to.
seen the tribal chief yet with Sheamus.
He's
So-
not wrong.
This is a completely different scenario, different situation, different character. We have not seen this, and I think that would be, to me, out of Rollins or Sheamus, Rollins would actually be the most likely match. So Shield versus Shield, but the one I would like to see the most would be Sheamus.
It's funny that you mentioned Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns because that did happen at Royal Rumble, where it was literally Shield versus Shield past.
Seth Rollins cosplayed as Seth Rollins.
Yeah, and then it's qualification. So there is still unfinished business as far as I'm concerned with Seth freaking Rollins and Roman Reigns. And with the fact we know that Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar will be last man standing, but it's a one-on-one for the championship in the main event at SummerSlam. It was WrestleMania 31 that Seth Rollins capitalized on this exact same two in the exact same scenario, in the exact same money spot, and came out with the cash-in of the century.
Yep.
Does history repeat if Seth freaking Rollins wins the Money in the Bank briefcase once again? Because honestly, he's one of the longest. He is the longest prolific Money in the Bank cash-in in Money in the Bank history. He literally held it to WrestleMania. So that being said, yeah, I definitely agree. Seth Rollins is number one. The only other one, because they are investing in him a lot, and hey, he could use it as a loophole. If Riddle uses the briefcase, it's not an official, like, standard match. It's a cash-in. It's still for the title, but he could counterbalance that due to the gimmick. So that's why Riddle is still my number two, because right now, Riddle and Rollins out of this match are the two most viable, not to take it off Roman, but to cash in on Roman Reigns and give us something out of it. So those are my two in that order. Now it's time for the most creative person in the room, and here I thought that I was going to hear Cody from Jerry's mouth before you two. But let's see how far Jerry goes with his insanity. Jerry, you're last, so go ahead.
People are stupid. I
hear that.
Yeah, that's a fair comment.
Okay, so my number two pick is Riddle, and I see him actually turning the suitcase into a scooter. He'll literally scoot it down to the ring, and it'll be hilarious. But yeah, that loophole.
Forget Scooter. Oh god.
The loophole with the cash in is actually pretty genius. I didn't even think about that. I just thought about the Brock box for a little bit. How would Riddle outdo the Brock box? He would turn the Money in the Bank briefcase into a scooter. So,
bro.
And my number one pick. I don't care if it costs me any points. I'm going with Sami Zayn.
What?
I'm gonna go with Sami Zayn. He's got such a great thing going with the bloodline right now, and they're gonna be like, you can't be trying to cash in on Roman, or they'll be waiting for him to cash in on Roman. And then you have a situation like at SummerSlam where Brock and Roman beat the living hell out of each other, and maybe they only put one of the belts on the line, and Roman somehow ends up winning, but he's laid out in the ring. And Sami Zayn cashes in on Roman Reigns while he's down. It'd be one of the greatest payoffs to this whole I'm in the bloodline, I'm with the bloodline thing to ever happen. Will Sami Zayn be a long reigning champion? Probably not. But it'll be it will be one of the greatest storyline payoffs I think I've seen in a very long time, and make this whole thing with Sami Zayn just that much more perfect.
I love his project.
In SummerSlam with Sami Zayn pinning the WWE champion or Universal champion purple belt champion, what the fuck ever. Sami Zayn would leave there as champion, running like a scold dog with the belts.
And dancing on the ramp for the ultimate in gifts to happen on Twitter. Jerry, you maniacally brilliant madman.
Oh.
That is the most ridiculous, worthwhile thing
Sami
I would
Zayn
ever
has
want to
had
see
it-
in my life.
Sami Zayn has been in his share of ladder matches. He just was a Canadian luchador at that point.
Fair
Can,
enough,
can, I,
Jericho. I
can I
wonder what
just
happened to that
say-
guy.
that was absolutely beautiful, Jerry. I hearing you say this makes perfect sense. I mean, it does. I mean, the one person no one would ever think of winning the you put him up against all these people together.
The second he got that, the second the briefcase came down with him holding on to it, people will automatically think, what's he gonna do? Well, seriously, like he'll probably still be wearing a Bloodline shirt at that point. And like
Roman Reigns will have him cash in on him, or try to cash in and just lay down and take the pin, or do a finger poke of doom spot from WCW.
I totally don't see him doing that. I see him holding on to a suitcase. So I'm gonna keep this for safekeeping, so nobody tries to cash in on you because you're my private key.
And in the back of Paul Heyman's mind and Roman Reigns' mind, they're like, "What the fuck?"
Paul Heyman would be sketchy about it. The Usos would be sketchy about it. The only person that would be high enough and mighty enough to think that Sami Zayn would not cash in on him would be Roman Reigns.
And Sami Zayn will have the briefcase handcuffed to his wrist for extra protection.
Roman Reigns will beat Brock Lesnar at the Last Man Standing match, only to collapse afterwards, and then Sami Zayn just runs out there with the referee, pins him real quick, grabs the belts, and runs.
If that's not the ultimate thank you, Sammy, for what you've done, including at WrestleMania so far for this company, and truly him mastering the psychology that is the WWE booking philosophy, then Sami Zayn will be the most brilliant man in WWE history.
If they book him like they should have booked Jericho during his Undisputed Championship reign, where he was just smarter than his opponents and outsmarted them, he could actually have not really a lengthy title reign, but a fun one. And then
he could actually have the actual world championship for the first time ever in his career.
And you have a situation where you have that champion that looks beatable. You'll have people tuning in just to see if Sami Zayn will lose the belt or how he will retain it. That is one of the best, and that's one of the best champions you could have. Somebody that could look beatable, but always finds a way out.
He hasn't been lead champion since NXT.
Nope. And even then, that was a very, very short range.
Yeah. Kevin Owens powerbombed him on the apron and then took him out at Rival.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But, I mean, this would be a golden opportunity. I mean, I literally could see this happening. I mean, this is
the same guy that Jerry's talking about that was once Intercontinental Champion, or so he thought he was, and proved it, beating Jeff Hardy and AJ Styles in the same match, in a ladder match, while handcuffed to one of them. Jerry is actually on point here. He literally could be right.
Yes, he could be. When we heard him say Sami Zayn, here we are laughing, but his logic is completely correct. This could very well happen.
I forfeit from the WWE League if Sami Zayn wins this and Jerry's booking comes to reality, because I don't deserve to follow this product if I can't think like that, because if that happens, Jerry, that is beyond brilliant.
Wow.
And Chris right now is even wondering. Chris hasn't said a single word, by the way. He doesn't even know what to think.
Well, here's the thing.
Why wears the head of the table shirt?
Well, Sami Zayn is not gonna win this. But probably at SummerSlam we're gonna probably get to see Seth Rollins versus Riddle at SummerSlam. So
I want the Sami fade to happen. That's so damn original and out of nowhere. Oh my god.
If I pick,
it's not out of nowhere, Noah. It's not out of nowhere. It's been in plain sight this whole time. People have just been ignoring it.
But
And
somehow
that's-
you're the one that acknowledges it. What the fuck?
Here's the thing: if Sammy wins, I'm okay with losing these points.
I am
Because
too.
of his logic. Because of his
110%.
logic.
I am too. I know
Okay.
Chris is gonna have a fit.
Yeah.
I
got it.
will have a fit if
Come
Sami
on.
Zayn wins, and I'm number one in the I'm number one in the predictions league. I will drop to like I don't know how many spots I will drop
Oh
to.
gosh. Oh,
Hey,
Christ.
hey, Chris. Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Acknowledge me.
Oh my gosh.
If Sammy wins, Chris, you have to acknowledge him.
You have to wear a you have to wear
I
a
will
Sami
acknowledge it.
Zayn shirt. I will buy it myself on the next predictions panel.
I don't even have a Sami Zayn shirt. I don't
You
even
will
have
buy
one
it,
shirt.
No, you just have to acknowledge him. I will make a poster and I will literally acknowledge him. If he is correct with Sammy winning this Money in the Bank briefcase
Oh my
and
God.
directly cashing it in.
Oh my God, that is so
This
damn
match
good.
tomorrow, I'm gonna be so nervous now because of Barry.
Come on, Sammy. You're my sleeper pick
Yeah.
now. I never
God.
wanted Sami Zayn to win so
Make
much
yourself
in my life.
famous, kid.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord.
God.
Okay. And happy Canada Day, eh?
There you go.
Hey, oh my gosh. That is
Oh,
so damn good.
that's today, right? So that I guess that carry
That's
over
the
into weekend.
It would. It
Oh
would.
guys.
Okay. Okay. We have officially lost all sense of control here. The bottom line is this: Sami Zayn for Money in the Bank winner and future WWE Undisputed Universal Champion. Simple as that. As Jerry literally just put the nail on the head there.
I'm
Oh
glad
my
you
God.
saved me for last.
You can't
Yeah,
argue
I'm so
with
glad.
You can't argue with that point. It's just no
I
way.
can't. I can't. I can't. I freaking can't. And you got James hyped up now too. Let's go, Sammy!
Yeah!
Let's freaking go! All right. And hi, Heather. Yep, it is me, the simple man and Impact Wrestling fan from the Impact chat. Yep, talking about this and Impact Wrestling because I acknowledge all things wrestling. So yeah, and I'll see you shortly in the chat for Against All Odds too. So once again, as we conclude, Sammy for the win. Let's freaking go! All right. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. We've broken Chris. Jerry, you are the most brilliant man in WWE booking history. I pray to God you're right. All right. That being said, folks, thank you so much for tuning in to the greatest Money in the Bank prediction in WWE history that I hope becomes reality. And this duos panel regarding WWE Money in the Bank and Against All Odds 2, as Against All Odds is literally less than 10 minutes away. Get your predictions in. And the form for Money in the Bank will be live on my Twitter after SmackDown goes off the air. Stay tuned. Before we conclude, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Woo! Chris, I know you're ready to go sit down, relax your mind.
Process
At least,
things.
at least for the next 24 hours. And see if there's something tonight that might further your anxiety. But before you leave us and bid us adieu, anything you want to plug and promote, where can people find you? And if you still have one last thought on Sami Zayn, go ahead and get it out of your system now.
Well, I want to thank all you guys for allowing me to join in tonight. I want to wish everybody a happy 4th of July, happy Independence Day. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys are traveling anywhere, have a safe and blessed travels to your destinations. Get there safely.
Absolutely.
And enjoy your 4th. You guys can find me on my Facebook, Christopher Ross, my Insta, CMROTZ_6472. My Twitter is 2 uppercase CR and then lowercase OTZ 24. Snapchat C_Rod17. You guys, Noah, definitely let Jeff Meacham know that I will be on tomorrow for the Money in the Bank watch along predictions. So let him know, and you can definitely send me the link tomorrow, and I'll definitely be ready to join again. I'm looking forward to that, and I am also looking forward to on Sunday, July 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where you guys will get to see the Simple Man, Noah Foster, the head of the table, Christopher Rotz, the man, Jeff Chadwick, and the brilliant Mark Griffin on the Four Horsemen roundtable on Sunday, July 17th. I'm looking forward to that. I'm just looking forward to on wrestling. Just hit me up and I'll be more than welcome to talk to you guys. And the next time we'll do this predictions panel won't be until SummerSlam. So we have a lot.
This particular one, yes.
So we got SummerSlam to cover. So this is going to be a great July. And I hope everybody enjoys this month with wrestling and just enjoy life, everybody. And let's all just be a great human beings, and let's be a great role model to all the next generation out there.
Amen, brother. God bless you and your family. I hope you all have a great 4th of July. Before I go to Jeff, guys, curious note here. Gail Kim and Tommy Drew mentioned before Summerversary that big announcement was due about more eyes on Impact Wrestling. Are Impact Wrestling getting a new show or TV deal or possibly a new streaming service to be announced? And follow up on it since the previous 2 interviews. What the fuck? I don't know. I haven't heard anything regarding that. They've kind of found their comfort zone with, their YouTube service that still doesn't get enough marketing, in my opinion, and their home on access. Have you guys heard anything or think anything might be coming that could be bringing more eyes to Impact Wrestling? Are they investing a little further? I mean, they released Willie Mack when it came to the fact that his contract was going to be 6 figures. So I don't know. Is the money there for them to do something like that?
I have no idea. I just started watching Impact after like a few years, so I have no idea.
Well, maybe they'll get something tonight against all odds, as that literally is on in a couple of minutes. So we'll wrap this thing up. And Jeff, I'm sure maybe we'll get more details about this. We'll talk about this on the Horseman Roundtable and much more too. Of course, you got Meltdown, but is there any last thoughts you have and anything else you want to plug and promote?
Last thoughts. It's not going to be Cody. No. Meltdown 316 on Twitter, Meltdown on Facebook. More than welcome to come over, like, join, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. We have a blast over there. Noah's part of the Prediction League. Rotz is part of the Prediction League. We haven't got this guy yet, but maybe for season 4, who knows? If he dares do WWE,
he'll be your biggest wild card ever.
No pun intended, as wild card is supposed to put the MWL title on the line this Saturday, tomorrow at Amity in UK. We don't know what's going on, but I guess we'll have to wait and find out. But we only got a few weeks left of the season. Season 4 will be coming up probably maybe September, October. So if you're interested and want to join a fun league, I mean, be yourself, be your character. This is the place to do it. We're starting out season 4 very soon. So hope to get you in there.
Be you, be true. All are welcome in MWL. It's as simple as that, too.
Yep.
And again, Jeff, good luck. Jerry, you're beyond brilliant. I love doing these so much with you all the time. We always do them usually for Impact, but I thought for once doing something WWE just with you was a super fun double feature, too. And now Chris and Jeff will definitely acknowledge you, especially if Sammy wins. Sammy for the win. But anything you want to plug and promote, where can people connect and find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Gerald_JSJ. Yep, that's me. And my Facebook group.
Down Jerry Slaughter.
And my Facebook group Armbar, all capital ARMBAR exclamation
point. Don't forget it. Acknowledge it.
It's just join us there, or just don't send me a friend request because I probably won't add you.
Well, there you go. And Paul McKean with more details. Tommy Drew mentioned this over the Busted Nation. It's on YouTube to listen. Also, type into Google about Gail Kim talking about this, as many fans over on the Facebook group Impact Fan Nation page. Well, again, we all want Impact Wrestling to grow, and I'm sure they're trying. They definitely have strides and made strides. So I wouldn't rule it out. But at this point, where do you put them? What could they be part of? What could they be on? I mean, the Impact Plus service kind of fell a little bit flat when it came to issues on like Roku, for example, to the point now I just watch this on YouTube. Chris, what's on your mind? I saw that sign, by the way, Jeff. Brilliant.
Before you do your plug and your ending to this, one last thing is I want to wish our buddy Tim Tobin a happy birthday.
Hey, I'm going to say yes. Tim, happy birthday.
And two others, too. We got Sarah Visick. Her birthday's today. Sean Bowley's birthday was yesterday, so happy belated to him, too.
A lot of great birthdays have been around the freaking corner, to say the least.
Yep.
And as of right now, Against the Odds is on, so that predictions form is closed. So enjoy Impact Wrestling, folks. But with that being said, guys, great job, great stuff. Good luck to you all, and let's have fun this weekend. And again, Sami Zayn for the win. You want to know more about me? No. You want to know more about me as Chris Simmers? Know this. I am just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! But I digress. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and Foster916 for all things wrestling and chips. Set hook! Maybe they'll send them on the freaking Royal Rampage. I don't know. But shout out to MITB Crew on Twitter. Keep following the Summit YouTube channel here for all sorts of things wrestling live or on demand. Coming up, I will be with the Jeff Beecham Network, multi-streaming across channels. Tomorrow night, calling with the Renegade, J.J. Williams. Hush, Money in the Bank. You don't understand that? Buy the shirt on the Jeff Beecham Network. Pro Wrestling Tees store. You'll get the reference. I'm gonna go now join my Impact faithful in the chat and go engage Against All Odds. You can now go watch Against All Odds, courtesy of Impact Plus Ultimate Insider subscription. So go catch that show on as it's coming on very shortly. If not, the countdown's already on too. Stay tuned. I'll be back with a Daily Slam, giving you a recap review of AEW Rampage, or is it Rampage? Royal Rampage. I get the two confused. And again, as I always like to include, there are no winners, no losers, no bears. They're just fans with no opinions and brilliant booking for this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another and respect each other. Sami Zayn for the win again, too. And protect your mentality, too. And just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. It's as simple as that. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. And thank you for tuning in to us in Ireland. Cheers to you. Have a wonderful night, fella. And also, may you enjoy professional wrestling too. And hopefully, we do get some brighter news and brighter things heard and coming to Impact Wrestling too. I guarantee I'll be covering it too. That being said, hey, the Irish eyes are smiling. And we're green here. That being said, folks, again, hit the bell, notification goes live on demand on this channel. Hit the subscribe button. Help me keep growing this internet wrestling community for kindness and generosity and open-mindedness, professional wrestling too. Hashtag no toxicity. And thank you to all 240 of you that's women on this fun YouTuber creators journey. It's not laying up anytime soon. For Christopher Rods, for Jeff Chapman, for the most brilliant WWE booker I've ever heard in my life, Jerry Slaughter, I am the Superman Noah Foster. We thank you again for tuning in. We hope we engaged you in all sorts of things the rest of the night, whether Impact WWE or your All Elite, New Japan, Stardom, some other promotion too. Bring forward your professional wrestling fandom and passion to this simple, fun, wholesome community too. And until next time, gentlemen, good luck. Sami Zayn for the win. Make a positive impact in life. And have a good night. Jerry, I pray to God you are right. Impact, kiss some ass tonight.
Cutie.
Aw, love the cameo. Good night, fellas. That's all for us for now.